Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel, Plots with the Twist,
Where we discuss books
amongst other things.
and what we're doing. Today,
A book review.
we are doing a book review. So today we're going to be reviewing Anxious People because this one finally finished it. And it's probably the last book we read alike. So yeah, wanted to do a dedicated review on it. So let's get into it. You gonna do the synopsis?
No.
All right, so Anxious People is about by Fredrik Backman.
One of our faves.
One of our faves. So I read this last year. Asia just finished it.
You did not read. Oh, last year was like a few months ago, so
I still read it last year.
that's fine.
So boom. It's about a bank robbery that goes wrong and turns into a hostage situation, and how these people stuck in this hostage situation kind of connect and come together during this time, and the police investigation on trying to figure out where the bank robber is, as well as what's another aspect of it, why these people are kind of not cooperating with the investigation, so to speak. So really that's the gist of it. A really simplistic kind of synopsis, and that's typically how his books are. It's really just focusing on one thing, and then it's like it spirals. Yes, it goes into other things. So really, you could have did that.
Didn't want to.
All right, so let's get into some of our thoughts. So what did you like about it?
So I liked, obviously, it's Fredrik Backman, so he's always good at like displaying human emotions and how people think in like all types of different situations. Like a lot of his characters, like they do things where I'll be like, oh, I would do that, I would say that, I would think that. So that's what I always liked about him. And there were a lot of different characters in this book, so I liked that kind of. There were a lot of like different there were a lot of like different personalities and things to kind of get into, so that was good.
Okay.
The story was good. I like the story, where it stemmed from, and as far as the bank robber and the story, their backstory and the backstory of each character, how they were all connected. Like I enjoyed that. And yeah. So what did you like about it?
I'm trying to find my old notes. Okay.
Wow.
So I didn't really write good notes, I guess. So I like the humorous approach he takes with a lot of his novels. I found various aspects throughout the story very funny. Like, I read a lot of, like, I've read books that have humor in it, and it's like, but I find with a lot of his books, I like actually audibly laugh out loud. So this one had moments where I found myself chuckling a little bit more loudly than just kind of like, oh, that's funny. So yeah, I thought it was very humorous throughout. I like how, like you said, like he writes emotions and he gets to the heart of things, and you really just connect with these characters that you think you're not going to connect with, especially like when he lays out his stories in the beginning. You're like, I'm not going to be invested in this, but somehow, some way, he like makes you get into it, and you're like, wow, how do I know all 10,000 of these characters so well?
Right.
So he does that really well, where he writes interlocking stories of his characters where they kind of can share some experiences. You can kind of relate to them as well. So I really like that aspect of it. What else I like? I like the premise of it. I thought that was a very different, like I don't think I've read a book that had a similar synopsis, or really like that. I think this whole kind of bank robbery hostage situation gone wrong is really different for him as well. So I really like that. It was so starkly different from the stories he usually writes. Yeah, that's what I like. So what did you not like? Because you had some thoughts.
So I did not like how, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like the Fredrik Backman that we're used to, like how
that you're used to.
that weird, that like I said earlier, that the human connection, whatever, I do feel like it was a little forced in this book.
Okay.
Like he was trying too hard to like connect everyone. And that, I don't know, it just like, to me, yeah, I didn't like that. And then also, which a lot of once you read the book, if you guys plan on reading it, a lot of the characters were super annoying in the beginning, like super obnoxious and super annoying, and it was just really aggravating me, like how annoying they were. Towards the end, you get to see like why they're being that way, but it just was not, to me, it wasn't realistic, one. Mm-hmm. And not to say it should be like, you know, how it would be in real life, but it just was super like, everybody was being overly obnoxious, and it was just bothering me. So I didn't like that. And then I didn't like, so there is a turning point in the book where one of the characters, they are different than what you normally think they are, where the book sets them up to be. And the transition that the author did was not smooth. It was just like, wait, what? I thought they were. So that I didn't like, because it wasn't a smooth transition. It wasn't realistic, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. I just felt like I've only read 3 of his books. Out of 3 books that I've read of his, this is my least favorite. I know, but I still enjoyed it, but it was just very much, more so, the thing I didn't like about it the most was the fact that the connection seemed so forced. Like, it's like, Fredrik, you don't gotta do that. You make us feel that way anyway, like just with your stories and what they're about. So I just feel like he was chasing that feeling in this book. Personally, that's what I felt.
That's fair.
Is there anything that you didn't like?
I absolutely adored the story. I feel you, like, especially where you're talking about the transition. I think I think this was oddly maybe his attempt at putting a little suspense in his books, because typically his books are very kind of like heartwarming stories. Mm-hmm. You have maybe some dramatic events that happen that really shape and mold the characters, which still is very prevalent in this book. But I feel like it was a couple of little plot twists, a couple of little who did it, what happened, like you're trying to figure things out. So I do like that he incorporated that element, but for him it's very different. Mm-hmm. It's not done in a standard kind of suspense way. So it's kind of like you said, like a little bit forced versus it being more natural of his regular writing style. Mm-hmm. Let me see, what else? What didn't I like? I don't know. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So really that would be it. Just kind of like some of the transitions, some of the kind of suspense or kind of the elements you have to figure out just didn't happen seamlessly. Mm-hmm. Just because it was probably not normal for his writing. Right. So, all right. So what did you rate the book?
I rated 3 stars. I know. Because I was a little disappointed, low-key.
Oh
so
my God.
Your expectations are here, and then you read it and it's down, like it gives you this. Like, I just had to be honest, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but it's not something I would recommend to other people.
You know how many other books you've given 3 stars that this book is way better than?
Okay, well that's what I was feeling at the moment.
Okay,
that's
you don't have to go back and change that.
I'm not, and you can't give point. I would have gave it 3.5, but or 3.75. Okay,
well give the people your actual.
Okay,
rating.
so 3.55.
You couldn't do 3.6.
3.6, I guess. Yeah,
I gave it.
You gave it 5 stars.
I think so.
I'm not surprised by that though. For you though.
Why?
Because you love him, and that you had already told me that you really enjoyed it before I finished it. So, and I think it's Kristen's fault because she hyped me up, and I thought it was gonna get more than it was gonna get.
I shared my opinion.
And Fredrik Backman, I just expected a little bit more. And this is like not his debut, but his latest one. So you know, we were excited about it. And it was still good, but out of the ones that I've read of his, like this is my least favorite.
Okay, you can have a difference of opinion. I don't think I.
And it should have been called Annoying People, because them people weren't even anxious. They were just annoying. Like
right, title switch.
Right.
Well, yeah, I gave it a 5 because I really enjoyed it. I think it could have been also due to the nature of the books I was reading around the time. Mm-hmm. I think I was reading like a little bit heavier books, and that was like a break in the type of books I was reading. Even though he still has those moments where you're kind of like. Right. Okay, but it wasn't as it was more humorous to me than that heartwarming, touching aspect. So I don't know, maybe that aided in me giving him a 5, but I liked it. So I think at the time I was like 5, you get a 5, you get a 5. So
wow.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. All right, so would you recommend it, Vince?
No.
Oh my goodness!
Not that I wouldn't. Like I said, out of the books, if I was gonna recommend a Fredrik Backman book, that wouldn't be one of them. Out of the 3 I've read, I've only read 3, so he has a bunch. Give me a break. I've liked everything else. Like, this one was just not it for me, and I still liked it.
I think you're judging it more harshly because you've enjoyed some of his other books so much more.
I expect more from you. It's like that child that disappoints you when they do something bad.
Like you really did.
More,
like right. All right.
But it wasn't a bad book. I liked it, y'all. I did.
But enough not to recommend it?
Yeah, that's not coming to my mind first to recommend to people. It's not.
All right, guys. Let us know your thoughts on the book.
Yes, let us know, cause
I'm sure you guys enjoyed it.
And eat me up in the comments if y'all feel like I'm just like
no, you're just giving a different opinion.
No, but I want to know.
Someone might be like, yes, I've been waiting for somebody to say it. So hey, here you go. Let us know your thoughts. Like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll be back next time. Bye.